Hey everybody, it's Ridge Runner. I been working, been busy, a lot of stuff going on. I work a lot out in this heat and weather. You get off work, you don't feel like going to the range. You're wore out, dehydrated. But this is the day before Father's Day. I want to let y'all know that I will be posting more videos. I'm going to do my best. Uh, I am. You'll have to excuse the mess in here. My wife, if she's got something it's in her way, guess what? It gets thrown in here in my reloading room. So anyway, I was going to bring you. I've got. I've been wanting a lever action. I've got my 4570, but I've been wanting a good lever action rimfire. And I looked at the Rossies. They're nice. They just don't appeal to me. Uh, and So I looked at the Henrys, and I didn't, Bass Pro the other night. I've been looking and watching videos and looking and watching videos. There's a million videos out there on the Henrys, so I don't even know why I'm doing one, but I did buy me for Father's Day, gift to myself, a Henry uh, lever action 22. It's the carbine. The large loop, Skinner, peep sights with a removable aperture, octagon barrel, brass bead front sight. It got some heft to it. Of course, you can tell it's an octagon barrel. If you put a small hole in that size of barrel, it's gonna have a little weight. It has a little weight. It actually balances perfectly right here, right under the chamber, which is about where it should balance. The action is slick as butter. Trigger's not bad. If you're pulling the trigger, I hold my thumb on the hammer, pulling the trigger slow and easy. There's a little creep, and then it broke. I'll recock it. Little creep, got there, and then breaks. So I've not gauged it, but it's slick as can be. I love the peep sights. One thing I'll tell you not to do: when you clean it and you wipe it down with oil, don't get oil inside your aperture there, because the light behind you, if there's any behind you, hits inside that curve on that aperture. You got a shiny spot, and then you can't see the front side. I gotta dry it out, but just a note for future. You don't have to excuse me. I got a little backer in. I'd looked at these a time or two, and I wanted the octagon barrel. If I was going to get a 22, I wanted a 22 Magnum. I've got a 22 Magnum bolt gun. I wanted a 22 Magnum in this. I like the idea of the large loop because I've got big hands. Now, there is a gap in there, but you put a pair of gloves on, thick winter gloves when it's cold, you're out squirrel hunting or coyote hunting, either one, it takes up a lot of room, so this loop will probably be just right for me. Show you the other side of it. The stock is not the fancy stock. I can order the fancy stock from them, but I'm not paying $250 just for two pieces of wood, even though they're real shiny, fancy, and got a nice pretty pattern in them. But it's a nice rifle. It does, like I said, when I picked it up, well, let me tell you the story. I'll lay this down. I went, Bass Pro had them as online. Bass Pro, my local Bass Pro, showed them in stock the standard round barrel buckhorn sights. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn hardly with buckhorn sights. Well, I probably could, but not where I was aiming. I'm not real good with buckhorn sights. Peep sights, different story. First sights I ever shot on a rifle was peep sights. My papa had an old Savage. Can't remember the model, but it's one that had the little vents on the side. It was out of the 70s. And semi-automatic 22, and he had peep sights installed on it. And that was the first one I ever shot and hunted with. And I hit everything I aimed at. Didn't matter the yardage. I have no idea where he had it zeroed at, but I could throw it up and shoot a rabbit, squirrel, coyote. It didn't matter. I could hit it. And I never, when I was a kid, I never knew yardage. But in my head, it's almost like it was natural to me. I knew, from here to, say 50 yards. I didn't know it was 50 yards, but from here to right there, I could throw up and hold on and hit it. If I threw up and it looked farther away, I knew I had to hold a little higher. So I did. And I hit almost everything I aimed at. I'm not a dead-eye pinpoint precision shot, but anyway, I looked on their website. I know I ramble, I get off subject. Sorry about that. And they had one for $369. I thought, well, that's not too bad. And I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go down to the local gun store. I said, I might ride out to Bass Pro. She goes, you going to buy you something? I said, I don't know, I might. I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if I would or not. I just didn't like the buckhorn sights, and I wanted the octagon barrel. And I really wanted the 22 mag, but I've got 22 long rifle ammo because I used to have one. And I had a Marlin Model 60 and gave it to my nephew. Anyway, I thought, I do need a 22 long rifle. But I was going to, and that was 22 long rifle. And I was going to go look at it. But I stopped at the local store. I bought most of my guns at the local store. J. Floyd's Golf and Guns in Sevierville, East Tennessee. If you're ever down there, stop in, tell them I sent you down there. Tell them Clint sent you down there. They're good people. And I stopped in, walked in, where they normally have their lever actions over here. I looked over and I didn't see none. And the guy that works there I know pretty good. He come out and I said, I was kind of hoping you'd have a lever action rimfire. He turned around and looked back there, the same place where they normally keep them. And he only works a couple days a week. And now. And the other guy goes, I got that Henry. And I said, you got a Henry? And he looked over and goes, yeah. And he walked over and he looked at it. And I just seen it. This right here is all I seen. The bottom of it. I couldn't even tell it had the big loop. And from my angle I was looking at it. And he picked it up, and when he did, he grabbed a tag on it here, looked at it, and he picked it up like this, and when he turned it around, I seen the Skinner peep sight, and I thought, oh, that's got the peep sight on it. And then he went to hand it to me, and I seen the large loop and the octagon barrel, and I was like, that's what I'm wanting. And first thing I done when he handed it to me is I looked at it to see what caliber it was. 22 long rifle. Short, long, and long rifle. I thought, well, I need one. I've got one. And they had a decent price on it. They wasn't giving it away, but they wasn't breaking it off in you. And I looked at it there for a while, and I was going to go on out to Bass Pro and look at that. And I asked him, I said, how many of them you got? He goes, that's the only one. I said, that's the only one you have? He said, yeah. I knew what Bass Pro said they had. Well, I'll take it. So I got it. And I bought some ammo while I was down there. I don't know what it's going to like, but I bought a box of Winchester. 40 grain. I gotta put these spectacles on. 1,280 foot per second, 100 rounds. Don't remember how much it was. Anyway, bought that. I bought a 500 round block of the Norma TAC 22. 40 grain, lead round nose, velocities. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. 1100 foot per second. Yes, it makes everything look backwards because I got the camera on my phone turned around facing me. You know, use a front facing camera, rear facing camera, whatever you want to call it. And I thought I'll try these. These are supposed to be pretty good. A friend of mine shoots them out of his Anschultz, and he says they shoot real good. And he goes, I got a box of this Sawyer and Bellet back here behind the counter for $4.99, and it's the Sawyer and Bellet Club rimfire. Says enhanced performance construction. I thought, yeah, all right, I'll take a box of that. Now I don't know what it's going to like, you know, what ammo it's going to actually like. There's no velocity. It's 40 grain. Get it to focus there. It's 40 grain. Club, I don't know nothing about it. But on the side of the box, I got home, I got to looking on the side of the box. It says Czech Republic. So this might be made in Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic, you know, whatever. And I pulled the ammo out and looked at it, and I'll show you. There is a little bit of a crimp on that, but look at the bullet. How smooth and slick, and come on. Perfectly round it is. The bullet looks really good. And I thought, pretty good looking quality as far as the bullet goes. I'll tell you why I say that. Perfect example. The Winchester, 40 grain, 1280 foot per second. If I can get it to focus. See that little groove there at the bottom? This bullet will spin inside the shell case and it wiggles. Anyway, the bullet wiggles right there and it spins. It's not a tight fit, and I've seen Winchester has been that way. I don't think I've seen any CCIs do that. The Winchester has, but this don't do that. This is nice. I mean, it's almost perfect. So I'm got high hopes for this as far as accuracy goes. Velocity, I don't know. The Norma, trying to figure out how to get this thing open. It's almost as good as that, but not quite. It's pretty close. You look at it, it don't wiggle. It's got a wax on it. It's slicker than snot. But I expect a Norma to shoot pretty good. You know what I mean? Because you get a bullet in that shell case, and it wiggles and bends. I mean, it goes up in there. It's going to be bent up. And then when you fire, it's going to go hit the bullet's going to hit the rifle at an angle and then push down and go out. I don't expect it to be real accurate. The bullet needs to be straight in the shell case. Now, I do have some stingers. And, you know, a lot of people, oh, they don't shoot accurate. Well, you know, at Marlin Model 60, at 50 yards, I could stack these stingers on top of each other. Just one right after the other one. Just boom, 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 boom. I mean, at 50 yards, it just eat a hole out. At 100, the group opened up some, but at 50, just eat a hole out. And my wife's 22. Don't like them. I got some of the CCI velocitors, and I plan on trying these. I watched a video. A guy said something about his 1022s is like 1100 foot per second, and he shoots better there. He's figured out velocity and length of barrel, and way too technical on a 22 for me. I'm gonna be using it for poking paper, shooting little targets, and popping squirrels. And I do have some CCI Quiet 22 long rifle. I do plan on shooting some of this to see. Now if you look, it looks like the other two. But you know, the bullet's got a little coating on it, but it ain't as much as that Norma. That Norma's got some slick stuff on it. So these are to do pretty good. I got about a half a box of them. I'll shoot a few of them at the range. Hopefully, where I'm going to shoot at now, I'll be able to video. I don't know. I did go to Bass Pro Shop, and while I was there, I seen this box, not thinking that it's the exact same round as the Winchester, but it is. I mean, I know it's Winchester. It just said 100-year anniversary limited edition run, you know. I thought, oh, that's cool. I thought, I'll get that, you know, classic old box. I mean, I'm plink with it. I've never had Winchester MOB accurate per se. I'm about to throw them on the floor. And I'll show you this. It's the exact same round as that other Winchester I showed you. They wiggle. I know it looks like it's moving in my other fingers, but it wiggles. It spins a quarter of a turn. You can see on the showcase, it's got a little stain right there. This is bulk packed, so I'd say that where these little ridges are on the bullet, you can see, I don't know if you can see them little ridges. On that other one, they're more defined. They're like, they've cut into it, they're showing silver. This one's got a stain on it and stuff, but anyway, I'll shoot some of this as well as that. It's going to be the same. It's just 1280 foot per second. And that's what that says. That's what this one says. It's the same ammo. I didn't realize it until I bought it. But I do have two more types I'm going to try. I've got this 1435 foot per second, 40 grain. Browning BPR. Now this is, Browning ammo is made by Winchester. It might have a deer head on it, it might say whatever it wants to say, but it's still made by Winchester. This, out of all the guns I've shot in my wife's, it don't shoot all that good out of that model 60 that I had at Marlin. It shot decent. Sometimes you get tight groups, sometimes they'd be spread out. It's erratic. Plinking ammo, shoot can stuff. And I do have some of these CCI mini mag. These are the 40 grain. They're 1235 foot per second. These don't shoot for crap out of my wife's or my Model 60. And they're full metal jackets. They're solid balls, but copper plated. Anyway, that's what I got. I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on. You can see that caliber 22 short, long rifle. It looks like gold inlay. I don't know. It ain't gold. I'm sure it's just gold colored paint. Henry. Anyway, that's letting you know. Henry said this had a 17-inch barrel. And it stops right there. That's where it locks up at. Let me get the measuring tape. Because they got a rifle, which comes with a 20-inch barrel, and then they have the carbine, which they say is 17-inch barrel. It's like a 1/16 of an inch shy of 17 inches. So, yeah, you could call it a 17-inch barrel. Man, that kind of surprised me, because when you picked it up, you're like, wow, it's got just a little bit of heft to it. You know, it's kind of got some weight on it, but it's not heavy one way or the other. It's balanced right here. I like it. I just wished I hadn't put the shiny stuff on the put oil on the inside of the Skinner. The Skinner side is adjustable for elevation pretty easily. Windage, you got 2 screws. This screw here you loosen, and then this screw you loosen, and then this screw has a slotted area that it'll slide right or left on, and then you snug these back down. And elevation, you've got a Allen wrench hole right there. You loosen that. In the book, Henry said they've got a piece of metal in there to protect the threads, you know, like a thin piece of metal, and then you run this screw in and it puts pressure on that metal, which puts pressure on the threads. And you adjust this, you know, in the paperwork that Skinner sent with it, it says you loosen this and then you spin this. They say go a half a turn at a time. Well, to do that, you're going to have to unscrew the aperture, and oh, there it goes. You'll have to unscrew the aperture. Probably better take it out anyway. I need to clean that. See, there's your aperture. Unscrew it and then spin it. Now you can use it as just a ghost string if you want. Turn it a half a turn, snag it back down, shoot. Turn it a half a turn, which is from open end to the front, and then that'll be around here, and it'll screw in from either side. The aperture will. So what that looks like. I could use it either way, but the aperture is definitely going to make it more precise, because it's a smaller hole, less margin for error. But alright, that's all I'm going to say. I've talked enough. I'm going to take this out to the range maybe one day after work and shoot some of this ammo through it. Hopefully I'll get you some footage, and I appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. For the people that have subscribed, and for a few others that talk to me, send me messages, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And now, in case you're wondering, I'm not getting any money off of YouTube. They ain't paying me nothing. I do this just for 2 reasons: entertainment purposes and educational purposes. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I don't know everything, but I'll tell you what I do know. I'll tell you what my experiences are, and you can go from that. So y'all have a happy Father's Day this weekend. Enjoy, and hopefully I'll be bringing another video from the range. Thank you. Ridge Runner out.